here is a list of main characteristics of two contexts, but it's not exhaustive. Of course, there are some other characteristics. I hope this list will give you understanding what high context and low context mean and how they are different. So as for low context, visually it looks like direct line below. And in those who use low context, usually they are very direct in their communication. The largest part of the information is conveyed verbally. And usually what is said, that is meant. Quick decision is very important for the representatives of low context. Emotions usually are expressed out. These are the main characteristics of low context. And theoretically, the representatives of low context are the representatives from the countries listed on this slide: United Kingdom, USA, Switzerland, Germany, Canada, Australia. But again, I would like to remind you that within one country, one culture, different contexts can take place. So, but theoretically, here is the list. High context. As for high context, their communication visually looks like a wavy line. Sometimes it can be taken as a beating around the bushes, like hints, using hints. So the language is not direct. The communication is not direct. The largest part of information is conveyed non-verbally by gestures, facial expression. So it's very important to pay attention to non-verbal language. Not only with high context. Usually it's good to pay attention always when you're communicating, because non-verbal language usually comes first before even saying something. That's why it's very important, especially when dealing with high context representatives, to pay attention to non-verbal language. Decision-making requires more time. For example, in cultures and representatives of those cultures who use high context, they, for example, the tea ceremony, which usually preludes, if there are negotiations, it preludes to the negotiation talk. Or in some countries, it can be drinking some other beverages, maybe hot ones, but this is also about high context, not just simply to come and sign the agreement. It's also about small talk. Emotions remain inside. So the representatives of high context, usually they are not such expressive as the representatives of low context. In that sense, usually, not usually, but those who do not know that there are such contexts, and depending on the context, a person can express him or herself directly or indirectly. So when a person expresses himself or herself directly, it can sometimes even offend those who do not know that it is just about context. It's about direct line of communication without any wavy lines. And as for representatives of high context, theoretically, they came from the following countries: China, Japan, Kyrgyz Republic, Kazakhstan, Greece, Russia, and some other countries.